All right, let me see if we are live. How are we doing? Let me see. Are we live, guys? Let me know there in the chat right away if we are live. Let me know. I haven't been live in like over a week. Over a week, I haven't been live. I couldn't wait to have a live stream with you guys. Just let me know there in the chat if we are live. If you guys can hear me well, also making sure that the audio is good. Who is there in the chat? Because I want to start talking about my portfolio. Man, there's one stock. I don't know if you guys saw the video earlier, the portfolio update earlier, but there's one stock that I'm really, really considering adding into the growth portfolio. Definitely one stock that I really like a lot. I use the product all the time. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But I want to know in there in the chat who is here tonight. Let me see. The audio too low. Let me go up a little bit. How about now? How about now? Is now good? All right. Let me see. I turned it up a little bit. But man, I couldn't wait to get with you guys. Man, I've had such a busy last 2 weeks pretty much. I've been very, very busy. Can't wait to talk to you guys about it. I went shopping today too because my daughter had her birthday a couple weeks ago. That's why I've been busy. And she only picked a few things before, so we went today shopping a little bit more. So uh definitely being very, very busy with the family. Oh my gosh, so much. And I want to know there in the chat, how have you guys been? How was Christmas also? I see JL is right here in the chat. Nice to see you there, JL. Hi, Jay. Did you have a nice Christmas? Yes. Yes, very, very nice Christmas. I ate a lot. I ate a lot on Christmas. The kids definitely had a lot of fun. They liked their gifts. My son was like a little bit disappointed because we got him a bunch of clothes, but he likes the game. He likes the games. Let me see M right there. Good evening. Nice to see you there, M. Leo was the one that said too low, so now I turned it up a little bit. Let me know if that works. Much better. Bringer of difference. Yes, all good. Nice, nice. Let me see. M, hope you enjoy the holiday. Yeah. Yeah, man. I had you and JL, yeah, definitely. Uh I've been very busy. That's why I didn't do the last two live streams because I just been busy. I was in New York. I went to Edison, New Jersey. I went to this restaurant. It was pretty cool. Also, it was like a all you can eat sushi. And then today I went to the outlets just because I gave to the missus. I gave a couple gifts that it didn't fit her, so I had to go to the stores today so we can interchange them and change it for size that does fit her. Um, so we were doing that. I bought a couple of shoes too. I got some stuff for myself too. I had to take advantage, But definitely, how was your Christmas? How was your guys' Christmas? JL, I know you have family over. You mentioned that in the chat before, uh, in previous videos. So let me know how was your Christmas. Let me see, Leo Ramirez. Good, nice, nice. I can't stop long as I still have family here until after New Year. Oh, nice. That's awesome. No, don't worry, JL. Definitely don't worry. Enjoy the time with your family. I know how it is to just have some family members just for a certain period of time, close to you, so you can spend some time. That's why I'm going to Puerto Rico. Hopefully, God willing, I'm going to Puerto Rico in February. Already got the ticket, so I'm gonna go for a couple days to spend some time with my mom and my sisters and their kids. So definitely let me know, guys, how was your holidays, and then we want to start talking about stocks. What are you guys picking up as of lately? I'm definitely pretty excited. You can tell I haven't been in a live streaming like over a week, pretty much. Jeremy, nice to see you there. That's awesome. That's awesome right there. The Thrill, what's up, Jay and guys? Nice to see you there, Thrill. I see the whole gang is here. Tim is here. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and really enjoyed the family time. Yeah, I definitely did. And same with Tim. I hope everyone enjoy their holidays and their time off. Did you guys get any time off from your job? I had a couple days. That was good. But yeah, I picked up a couple things. Let me see, bring out dividends before we go through my portfolio. I picked up my first Jordans ever Christmas. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Which ones? The 12s, the flu game. Which ones were the Gamma? I think they were coming out. The 11s, I think it was, were coming out this holiday weekend, or this holiday during the holidays. Let me know which ones you got. I only got some Nikes. I went, so if any of you guys hold Nike, I know Nike has been getting hit hard. The stock, it's been going down. I don't know. It might be an opportunity. I know there was a video that I saw about a super investor that just added Nike to their portfolio, but I went to get some Nikes and I got a pretty good deal too. I'll show you right now. Let me see. The 12 French Blue, nice. Woo, nice. I got the flu games. I got them over here somewhere. Um, I'll show them to you in a minute. But I got the flu game. Those are the ones that I got. Let me see. Hey, Lawrence, right there. Nice. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. JL, we had a lovely time over Christmas. It was very hectic and we ate too much, especially chocolate. Nice. Hey, nothing wrong with that, JL. You know, it's only during this time where you get to enjoy with family, enjoy the food. You know, that's why I also indulge myself. I also eat. That's what I do. Let me see, Jeremy. Yeah, the in laws are here until tomorrow. I'm working, hiding in the shop. Oh man, Jeremy, man, nice. Let me see. East Boogie, happy holidays, nice, happy holidays, East Boogie. Bring of difference, got the 12. JL was still laughing at Jeremy. I can't afford Jordans. The thrill. Don't feel bad. I don't buy Jordans anymore. I used to. I spent money on Jordans, on clothes, all that. I got into debt and everything. Since I started investing, I don't do any of that anymore. I did get me some Air Maxes. These ones actually cost me $50. These ones right here. Hold on, let me show you real quick. But these ones cost me actually, and I needed some white sneakers. So these ones actually, let me see right here. These ones actually cost me $50. So they were pretty comfortable too. So I like them. They're Air Maxes. $50. They were on the wall at the outlet, which was awesome. $50. They're white and gray. I needed some white ones and some gray ones. So it cost me $50. I also had a $50 gift card from work. So I was able to use it. I did buy those and some other Air Maxes. I haven't bought Jordans in like many years, but I do have the flu games and I have another pair. There were some other ones. I had the threes. I had the fives also, but I got me these ones too. Got me these ones. These ones were more. These ones were black Air Maxes. You can't go wrong with this, right? Can't go wrong. And I'm sorry. I know it should be about stocks, but I just wanted to show you guys real quick some black Air Maxes. These ones were $100. But with the $50 gift card, pretty much got one pair for free. And I had a 15% off coupon from from having the app, pretty much. All right, let me see. Bring our difference. Tim Cook pickup 50,000 shares of Nike. Yeah. Oh, so that's the one that I saw. Tim Cook. Yeah. I saw it in a video that he added that position. I forgot who was it that added it in the video. Let me know there in the chat if the audio is good too, because I'm about to show you guys my my portfolio real quick. All right, let me see. Isra, hi guys, nice to see you there, Isra. The thrill, I added to my Nike position. Yeah, the stock has been going down. We're gonna take a look. I'm gonna put it right here in the stock analysis tab real quick, so we can take a quick look at the financials. It's a $60 in share price right now. It's a $60.93. I know it has been taking a hit as of lately. In the last month, is down 4.3%. Year to date is down 20% pretty much. What's your cost, Thrill? Are you like lowering your cost per share, or? But yeah, It was earlier this year. It was in the 50s. Then it went back up in the 70s, and then now in the 60s once again. Let me see. In the last 5 years, it is down almost 60%. Nike. You know what's my only thing that, and the only reason why I don't look at Nike as a stock I would like to add, just because they have so much competition. There is so much competition. There's just, and the younger generation, I don't see them going towards Nike like the previous generations did. I don't know if I can explain myself well, but I know I've noticed that a lot of the younger generation, they have like all these different brands, and there's a lot more than Nike now. Other than Nike, pretty much. That's the only thing that gets me a little bit nervous. Same thing with clothing. With clothes, they just have so much competition. Even with Adidas, with Under Armour, but there are other brands too. Like what that name brand, Lululemon, I think it is something like that. I forgot that name brand, but they just have so much competition. I don't know if their moat is still strong anymore. Let me know there in the chat, what do you guys think about Nike? But I don't know, I'm just a little bit nervous about it. I like Nike. I'm more from the older school. So I was raised buying Nikes, and we always, I got Nikes because that was like the brand that everybody liked, more than Reebok, more than Adidas, more than some of those. It was like everybody had to have Nikes, with the Barclays, the Scottie Pippen, the Jordans. It was just so many athletes that sponsored that back in the day, pretty much, that it was just too much. JL High Isra. But yeah, this one is one that I don't know. It gets me a little bit nervous for me to invest. The revenue has been pretty steady, if you guys see right here, but it's kind of slowing down. If you guys see, it is going down in the past couple of quarters. Yeah, you see that the year over year growth is in the negative in 2025 and 2024, 10%, 11%. And it just went up in the last quarter that they announced earnings, only 0.59% year over year revenue growth. I'm kind of nervous about this company, to be honest with you. I don't know. I feel like they're losing their moat. Yeah, the shares are standing. They're at least buying back shares, which is a good thing. But let me see the free cash flow. Yeah, free cash flow. Look at this. It's just going down. I don't know. I'm just very nervous about Nike, to be honest with you. They can turn things around, because Nike's like, it's Nike. It's just very, very popular, but it just gets me nervous, all the competition that they have. Look at that payout ratio, is 94%. That's not good either. That's not good. That's not safe. Dividend growth 6%, dividend yield 2.69%. So this is showing that there might be, these are signs that there might be a dividend cut soon, coming up soon. If they are a 90 something percent. Yeah, the dividend growth has slowed down a lot too. I don't know. My only worry is all the competition that Nike has. But do they have nice stuff? Yes, I like Nike. I like their apparel, their shoes, everything. I really like it, but they just have a lot of competition. Tim, my parents gave me a 1 troy ounce silver slab from TD Bank. I'm instantly addicted to precious metals in my hand. Yeah, silver is going, oh my gosh, silver is going crazy. Silver is going crazy. I don't know where I can look at the silver price. Hold on, let me look it up in Google real quick. But silver is just going crazy. Man, any of you guys hold silver? Silver price today, let me show you real quick. But it's like, it's a $77 an ounce. Look at this. In the last month is up 35%. Let me see, the year to date is up 158%. The silver. Wow. This is great right here. Any of you guys that are taking advantage of that held that have been holding silver since before. Let me know they are in the chat. But man, nice, nice. The thrill. I remember buying the Barclays back in the 90s, paid 130. Yeah, the Barclays was nice. Yeah. I was in school. I was in school when the Barclays came out. I forgot in which grade. But I remember people loved the Barclays. Let me see. The thrill. Those Barclays were nice. I had a pair too. Yeah. I don't know if I had the pair of Nike Barclays. I don't think I did. I did have the Pippins, the Air. Let me see. Yes, bringing my cost down. I'm around $68. I believe the NBA not being as popular as it used to be is hitting Nike popularity. Yeah, yeah, that's a very good opinion right there, Thrill. Yeah, I think that does. When I was like in middle school, in high school, NBA was like popular. It was like very, very popular. So that's why a lot of the NBA players then they were sponsored by Nike. So yeah, it was very, very popular then. Not anymore, but they can get. There are athletes out there. You know what they should do? Probably they should start trying to get some of these content creators, man, like Speed, what's his name, Kai Sinat. There's a couple more of those content creators. I think I'm giving them some marketing tips right here. So if they do that and they start making money, it was thanks to me. But but I think they should start looking, more out there, to into some of the um upcoming, celebrities, or like content creators are becoming like very, very popular out there. I'm telling you, I Show Speed is one of them. I watch his stuff sometimes and he's becoming very, very popular. Got like 40 something million subscribers. Like that's crazy, um, but they should start doing something else, just to try to get a lot more people into their brand, because there's a lot of competition. And some of these people too, some of these celebrities also have their own brands. So that's even more competition into the apparel and shoes market, pretty much. I hope physical server. Nice, nice, Jeremy. Have you sold any? Are you taking advantage of where it is? Let me see. I wear 5 ounces, not, but if silver reaches $100, I'm selling before it dumps. Yeah, I think I would too. I think I couldn't hold myself if I had some and it gets to $100 or something. Yeah, I think I will do the same. I don't know, man. You know, it hit $82 as soon as futures open tonight, starting a pullback, but I feel it will be short lived. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. It does look like. Let me see. In the last day, let me see. Yeah, yeah. In the last day, it is it hit right here. It shows $79. Hold on, can't. Yeah, $79 is what it shows right here. But yeah, wow, nice. Yeah, the opening high, $82. Yeah, it does show it right here on the bottom, 82.67. Nice, nice. Wow. Let me see. Seriously, I did buy a little silver and gold, but it was in May or June. So it has appreciated. The China situation is interesting. Okay, all right. Let me see. Physical silver just makes me want more. Some people need more cowbell. I'm gonna need more silver. From Tim. What's up, Brainchild? How you doing? How you doing? Let me see, JL. Very interesting question. You guys gonna talk about it? What are everyone's goals for 2026? That's definitely a very good question, JL. I like that question. Are you guys ready to maybe talk about it right now? I do have one. I do have one. So I was thinking about my SCHD position, because that's definitely one that I can make it happen. And I was thinking about doing between 515 and 520 shares as my goal. I want to attack it very aggressively. I probably won't get there, but it's going to push me to get as close as possible to 500 shares. One of the things that I am going to do this week, it is going to sell my Kenview position. That is something that I am going to do. Um, I'm going to sell my Kenview position. Let me put it right here in the screen real quick. But I am going to sell my Kenview position, and some of it is going to go into SCHD. That's gonna be my plan for 2026. I think I want to start 2026 pretty strong with SCHD, and I'm down 18% in my Kenview position. Right here, I got 26.7 shares. It's only 1.3% on my portfolio. So if once I sell it this week, hopefully stays over $17. I should get around $459 or 460, somewhere around there. Some of that or most of that is going to go into SCHD. I'm probably going to put like half of it into SCHD so I can get some more shares here. I want to get it as closer to 380 shares as closer as possible by the end of January. That's what I want to do. That's one of my plans, which I'm probably going to talk about in a video later on. But I do want to sell some of the Kenview. I do want to sell the Kenview and put some of it into SCHD. I also have another $397, which I want to put some of that also into SCHD. I think I'm going to attack SCHD pretty strong in the month of January. That's going to be one of the goals that I'm going to have with SCHD. I want the yearly income right here to go up even more. And I know, oh, hold on, wait 1 second. I clicked the wrong thing. I'm sorry, right there. I did click some type of link. Let me zoom it in a little bit more. But I do want to boost up this dividend income, this income right here, this yearly income. That is a $907 right now. I know Kenview gives me 3.92% right now in yield, in dividend yield, but my yield on cost right now is 3.97 in SCHD. Is pretty close to that right now. We'll go down slightly, but I know SCHD, I have a feeling that they're going to grow their dividend even more next year, and I'm hoping I'm right. And that's why I want to attack it a lot. So I'm going to be around, I want my goal to be around 515 shares of SCHD. Because also one of the things, and I know it looks pretty far for my SCHD position to get from 352 to 515 shares. But one thing I am going to do is like my credit card points. I am going to use whatever I get from my credit card points. I'm going to continue putting it into SCHD every month. I'm going to do that. And then any YouTube paychecks, which I'm hoping I can grow the channel a little bit more, get a little bit more consistent. I only get $100 every couple months right now, but I'm hoping I get something more consistent. It is also going to go into SCHD all of 2026. That's going to be my strategy for 2026, and I want to get SCHD to around 515 shares. That's one of my goals. That's one of my goals. Now I want to see some of your goals right there, because that's a very, very good question, JL. Let me see, and let me know, JL, what is one of your goals? Let me see, Isra. My goal is to get as many SCHD as possible. Nice, nice. Where are you right now? Where are you, Isra? Let me see. I think I have you in my sheet, right? Let me take a quick look right now. I do have to make a new spreadsheet too. I gotta work on that. I haven't worked on it. I need to make a new spreadsheet and see how I'm gonna make it. I want to make it a little bit different than the one that I have right now. Let me see. Isra, where are you? You are at 108 shares, right? This is you. Yep, 108 shares right now of SCHD. So you're around there. Hey, look, man. Just try to put a nice goal. Something that is gonna push you into into getting there as close as possible. You probably don't need, same thing as me. I might not make the 515, but it's gonna push me to get as close as possible to 515. So 108, that's still good. That's a very nice position right there, man. Jeremy, no plans to sell my silver. China putting restrictions on silver. It's only a matter of time before it happens here. Okay. All right, Jeremy. My goal is to become a billionaire. Leo Ramirez. If you find a way, Leo, let me know. Okay? Just share it with me too. Be nice. Share it with me. If you find a way of becoming a millionaire, okay? Let me know. Let me know right there. Just hop on into one of my live streams. Don't forget about us, and then let me know. Brain Child, I like to lean up my portfolio and focus on building my long-term holds. Okay. What are some of your long-term holds that you wanna focus on? Let me know there in the chat. Jeremy, I think China did it because of the arbitrage that an actual shortage, right? I don't hold enough to keep up with the news. Okay. I haven't been following the news, but anything that you guys can share there, definitely, that would be awesome to see. I have 119 shares at the moment. I'm going to track by the end of next year. Nice, nice. I'll probably, I'm gonna do a new spreadsheet at the beginning of January, so we can track it here too. Let me see. My daughter is playing Bad Bunny Baile Inolvidable. That's one of the good songs. That's one of the good songs. I got Bad Bunny in my playlist too. I got Bad Bunny in my playlist. Let me see, JL. My goal is to get as many SHD as I can. Hoping for 450. Nice, nice. Where you at right now, JL? In my spreadsheet, you are at 306. So that is 144. No, hold on. Yeah, 144 shares more to get there. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a nice goal right there. 450. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me see. Tim, 515 shares will cost you 4,500 at the current price to buy what you need. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Definitely. Man, I really appreciate it that you did the math. 4,500 bucks. So that's gonna be. I've been depositing. I think. Oof. Let me see. Let me open up my Fidelity real quick. Let me just log in real quick into my Fidelity. Let me see, because I should be able to. You should be able to give me how much have I deposited in. Let me see if I can share it right here. Let me see. Yeah, it should give me how much did I deposit, net deposits and withdrawal. Ooh, you know what? I didn't think about it very well, but I have deposited $6,000. Hold on. No, $5,500 this year. I have deposited $5,500, 5552 to be exact. I have deposited. So that would be more. Wow, that would be a lot to put into SCHD. But if he wins the weekly challenge every week, that would be awesome. That would be awesome right there. That will help out a lot. That will help out a whole lot. If we go into the weekly challenge sheet, I'll tell you right now, man. Let me show you guys right here, Tim. If we go into the weekly challenge, these are all of the purchases that I have made. Vici Properties, Procter & Gamble, Vici, and then these are all of the purchases. Let me see the total right here. The total is, let me do an equal sum so you guys can see it. Equal sum, and let me make it a little bit bigger. Hold on, let me see if I can. I can't zoom it in. Why can't I zoom it in? I can't zoom for some reason. Let me just make it very exaggerated big. But it is $1,229 that I put into the weekly challenge, and this is extra. This is extra that I put into the weekly challenge for this year. And I'm done. I'm pretty much done. No, I'm done on Monday. I'm done on Monday. I have the last purchase on SCHD on Monday. So that's going to be another $27. So that's going to be, yeah. So that's going to be 1,250 something bucks for this year. So if SCHD wins the weekly challenge all year, that would be about how much I'm going to have to put into SCHD all year just for the weekly challenge. And this is going to be on every Monday for next year. Wow, but that's awesome. $1,200. This weekly challenge, definitely. I started it with Jeremy, actually. This weekly challenge, and it was with Apple. Do you remember that, Jeremy? This was the first one. It was in February 2024. It's right here at the very top. And I did it with Jeremy, and I was putting $10 into Apple because I had Apple. I think it was like a little bit over one share, and then I was anchored. I was very anchored to the share price. I couldn't bring the share price up. That was one of the things that I really started working on this year, to stop anchoring to the share price. Because if the company continues to grow, it's not gonna go back down to that share price where it was. If the company is that good and it's gonna continue growing, it's just not. So I started right here, with Apple, and then I did some with Procter and Gamble, with Legendary also, and then I just continue. I did Starbucks, Visa. I also bought. Um, Let me see. Yeah, the share price was at 269 when I was buying a little bit of Visa. $15, $20. Wow, that is crazy. Then in the 270s, Vici Properties also. Look at this, in the $27 price range. Visa once again at $256 in August of 2024. This is crazy, man. Looking at this right now, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. About Visa once again in October, $280 a share. I made quite a few purchases. But yeah, but I think all of that is gonna help me, Tim. Also, let me see, Brainchild. It would be cool if our goals could be in the 2026 spreadsheet. We could see who achieved their plans. I can make a spreadsheet if you guys want. Let me know there in the chat. You guys want to make a spreadsheet of everybody's goals? Like one goal each person, reach 450 shares of SCHD, reach a portfolio value of 30,000, 40,000, 100,000. That would be pretty cool, actually, Brainchild. I like that idea. I'll make it. And then we can talk about it in the live streams and stuff. If you guys want to do that. I want to use my high risk ETFs to grow my safer place. Yeah. That was one of my plans too, Tim. Similar to that with my growth portfolio. And I do want to be a little bit more risky in the growth portfolio, to be honest with you. That's why I added Bitcoin. Because if it does grow very, very well, I think I'm gonna sell some of the Bitcoin and buy some more SCHD, because I want to have thousands of shares of SCHD. That's something that I really I'm aiming at. I follow SCHD Stan on X, on Twitter, which I don't use that much. That's why I don't promote it here. My X page. But I do use it sometimes, and I follow SCHD Stan, who has I think it's over 8,000 shares of SCHD. That's just crazy. Music rumor is the mines are drying up. Okay, the mines for silver in China. That's what Jeremy and M are talking about. The three of my portfolios are a little unorganized. I just opened another brokerage account to have dividend portfolio and growth. Okay. It's nothing wrong with reorganizing your portfolio. Maybe also, look at your stocks, see what is it that you really like for the long term, want not, or if you're a swing trader, I don't know. I've been liking more investing for the long term. I kind of like more the Warren Buffett style of investing. Buy, hold for some time, see how the company continues to perform, and then maybe sell or just continue to hold for the future. 309 SCHD shares at the moment for JL. Nice. Brainchild, my SCHD 2026 goal is 250 shares. Nice, Brainchild. Very, very nice. Let me see. Where were you at? Brainchild, you were at 173. So nice. That would be very nice goal right there. Definitely, you can make it happen. That's, I definitely know you can make it happen. At the three, I have two portfolios, one for dividend and one for growth. Okay, from JL. Yeah. I started my growth portfolio, was it earlier this year? No, late last year. I think it was late 2024. I think it was when I started my growth portfolio. That's why it's much smaller. I think it's around $6,000. Lawrence, my 5 year goal is 500 SCHD. 100 year. I'm a 51 now. Nice. Nice, Lawrence. Nice. 500 shares of SCHD. Ooh, man. I definitely I definitely want to get there too, Lawrence. I definitely do. Definitely. JL, I want to see how I do against VOO in my growth and SCHD in my dividend. Oh, okay. Okay. So, competing against both, that's not a bad plan right there. Let me see, Brainchild. I love your plan, Tim. I sold off of some of my high risk holdings in 2025 and bought long term holdings. Yeah, nice plan. Nice plan. The truth, yes, that would be very interesting. Nice. Jeremy, of course, I remember. Yeah, man. We started that weekly challenge spreadsheet and it's been going strong, Jeremy. I'm telling you, it's been going strong. It's been going pretty strong. It's definitely been helping me a lot. In investing, and it has been helping me a lot growing those positions. I'm now up. How much is it? With Visa, I'm up 24%. And look at where I was buying it at. At 270, $280. I anchored myself to share prices a lot before. I'm not doing that moving forward, especially as a DCA investor. I am going to continue to follow the stocks that I'm investing in and try to find the best prices, but I'm also trying to grow my positions and grow my portfolio. And I'm not going to anchor anymore because, see, if the companies that I'm choosing are good, they're going to grow. The share price is going to grow. Let me see, Israel, let's go do that spreadsheet. Okay. All right. Oh, and Finanza con Estilo also thinks like thinks it's a good idea. So, all right, all right. I'll let me think about it. Let me see what I can make. Plans or goals for 2026, and then maybe the first live stream of the year. We can do that. We can get together, start writing, and then I can probably make an episode too. So anybody that doesn't get on the live stream can also have their opinion, and then we just put like the goals. Okay, since Brainchild came up with the plan, I'm gonna put Brainchild at the beginning, at the top. You good with that, Brainchild? Let me know. Let me know there in the chat if you're okay with being the top, with the goals for 2026 for the community. What is each one's goals? At least one goal. I would say probably one goal per person would be pretty cool. Where you started in January, and then we can follow it, maybe every quarter or every couple of months. Okay, I started with this here. I started with a portfolio value of $20,000, and then in a couple months, you could give an update and be like, okay, now I'm at $25,000, and then we could just add it in there, and then we could see the growth. I think something like that would be pretty cool. Let me see what I come up with, a quick spreadsheet, and then we could definitely have that on a live stream. Let me see the thrill. Jeremy, what's going on with HIMS? Are you buying the dip? Woof. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Jeremy actually said, "What's up, Trill? I picked up 10 shares Friday." Okay, you want to take a look at HIMS real quick? Let me see HIMS right here. HIMS and hers, $34 in share price. Jeremy and Trill are looking into this one. And this is one of the companies that is growing. I think I like the revenue on this one. In the last month, it is down 7.5%. Year to date is up 41% from $27. Has been very, very volatile, this stock right here. Are you doing some swing trading? Is that what you're trying to do? Let me see. It's up 129% in the last 5 years. I think something I did like was the revenue growth from this company. Let me see. It has been growing their revenue. I gotta look into this company a little bit more, but I think this one is one that for the future, I think it's gonna benefit the way everything is going with technology, especially with shipping any prescriptions to your house. I think that's what they do, right? If I'm not mistaken, let me do a quick overview. I think this company offers a range of prescription, non-prescription health and wellness products and services available to purchase on its websites and mobile application directly by customers. It also provides prescription medication on a recurring basis and ongoing care. So it has some recurring revenue too, which is good. You know, companies with recurring revenue, those are ones to look into because that's pretty much where everything is going right now. You know, with the way Netflix is going, you know, Paramount. There's just so many companies like that. You know, even Costco has recurring revenue with the memberships. Walmart Plus also, they now have that Walmart Plus program. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of companies going towards that, and this company right here, it might be one that is getting set up very well for the future. You know, I have to look into it a little bit more so I can talk about it a little bit more. But look at this, shares outstanding. They kind of have been diluting shareholder because it's a company that is still in the growing process. And let me know if I'm wrong, but that's why they are diluting the shareholder. But probably once they start making some good free cash flow, they'll probably start buying back some shares. So this is one that if you believe in it long term, you know, it might pay off. But I think this one is one that you will need to buy and hold for years. In Hims and Hers. I read about it a little bit, but not much though. Not much. I've been doing a little bit more research on Netflix. Um, I like Netflix. But this one is also, it also looks good. It also looks good. Let me see. JL Tim, I have HOOW in my portfolio and using part of the dividends to buy SCHD. Nice. See a lot of people using similar strategy. Tim, JL, one of my first safe play ETFs is JEPQ. I invest into the TSX version. JEPQ is available in several countries across multiple stock exchanges, but they all seem to pay around that 10% range. Nice. That's pretty nice right there, actually. JL, I have MVDW and WPay from the same company. Okay, nice, nice. The throw, Jeremy, I bought a couple of shares last week. Do you plan a swing trade or long term on HEMS? Oh, I want to know the question, the answer to that, Jeremy. Did you answer that? Yeah, are you like doing some swing trade or long term? Brainchild, of course, man. Put me at the top of the list. Let's see how we all do. Okay, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make the template, and then you guys tell me, and I'm gonna put you at the top, Brainchild. You know, I'll put you at the top, and then we'll go from there. You know, we'll go from there. Um, I think it's gonna be something cool, actually, to have everybody there and with some goals. I think that would be pretty cool. Tim, yes, I have WPay too, and I love getting weekly dividends. I am now getting more dividends each week than I am actually depositing. So I am spreading the dividends around. Nice. Nice. JL and Tim. Getting those weekly paying ETFs. I get paid every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, plus a handful of monthly payers that pay different weeks. That is very nice. Very nice getting some of those dividends. Let me see. My initial goal with these ETFs was to replace my paycheck contributions, but the cash flow grew almost inversely. Nice. That's very, very nice. I know Tim retired recently too. Gus, ¿qué tal, amigo? Muy bien, muy bien. Gracias por venir al live. Al vivo. Gracias, gracias por venir ahí. So yeah. Let me know there in the chat. Jeremy, this is a good question. This one was a good question on HIMS. Do you plan a swing trade or long term on HIMS? That was a good question right there. Let me see. What else is it that I wanted to show you guys? Let me show you my portfolio a little bit more until some of you guys right there. Let me know in the chat if there's any stocks that you guys want to research. What have you guys been buying as of lately in your portfolios? Which ETFs, which stocks also? I've been looking at Netflix. That might be my addition for the future for 2026. I think that's gonna be the stock I'm gonna be adding in 2026. Let me see something real quick before I go. There is 22 of you guys there, only 7 likes, guys. I really, really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Please, very, very, very important. Wow, 23 people. 23 people. Wow, that's awesome. That is definitely awesome. We reach as many as 26 right there in the chat. Wow, that's awesome. Let me see. Let me show you my portfolio real quick before I go into more comments. All right, so let me see. Symbol. SCHD is at 352 shares. Oh, one stock I wanted to talk about. Bank of America. I got 97% in unrealized gains right now. 28 and a half shares, total shares. My cost per share is $28. This was the lump sum that I put in there. I only got $1,600 in market value right now with my gains, which is $790. And that's not counting the dividends. With the dividends, I'm over 100% in unrealized gains or total gains right here. 6% on my portfolio. That one I'm pretty excited about. Some of the stocks that I do want to put a goal to for next year, one of them is Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. I know it is in SCHD, and maybe I should reconsider and not grow it anymore. But one thing, I really like the company. And one thing that I like about it is that it pays in April, July, October, and December. So I like the other months. December, it pays the same as SCHD. But the other 3 months, April, July, and October, that is something that I really, really like. So about Coca-Cola. And I really like the company. I like their products. I just bought more Coca-Cola products pretty much this last week at Costco. I bought a case of Sprite. So I buy sodas like every so often. I don't buy them all the time. But Coca-Cola is one that I need to put as my goal to grow up in 2026. That to grow it from 8.3 shares into like maybe double or a little bit more than double. But I would love to grow that Coca-Cola position. Same thing with Main Street Capital. I got 53% in unrealized gains. I'm getting those monthly dividends, which I'm also going to show you in a minute. I'm going to show you my dividend income. I don't know if you guys saw the dividend income, which I did bad with editing because I forgot to edit one screenshot that I had of one segment where I was showing all the dividends that I was receiving. I pretty much did it real quick, so that's why I messed up with the editing. But Main Street Capital paid me another dividend. Let me show you real quick. I got 53%. And I know I showed you guys that before, but let me show you the dividend calendar real quick. I updated it because Main Street Capital paid me another dividend. So it paid me $5.35, which it cleared. I think it clears on Monday. I think it clears tomorrow, $5.35. So I added it in here. So I got for the month of December $160 from $154 that I have received. Now it went up to $160. So this boosted my yearly income to $800.54 for the year of 2025. I'm very, very excited about that. $800 in dividends in 1 year. I'm pretty excited about that, you know. And when we take a quick look at the chart, let me switch the camera to the other screen. But when we take a look at the chart, you guys can see right here, December 2025, $160 compared to $110 in December. And then in December of 2024, and then in December of 2023, $166. So almost $100 more than last year. Almost $100. I'm only short by $6 than 2 years ago. I'm sorry, than 2023. And then let me show you the quarterly chart. It went up to $238 in a single quarter. I'm pretty excited about that, man. You know, from my income. Then let me show you real quick how my dividend has grown year over year, which it was another quick tool that I made real quick. This one I made it pretty quickly, actually. But I wanted to see how much my dividend has grown. So it went from 42% year over year from 2024 to 2025 to 43.2%. This is how much my dividends have grown year over year since 2023. This is when I started keeping track of my dividends because I started investing in 2022, but it was pretty much towards the end of 2022. That's when I really started getting a little bit more serious in investing. Then 2023 was definitely a good year for me to keep track of my dividends and my portfolio. Then 2024 and 2025. So I grew my dividend 98% from 2023 into 2024, and then 43% from 2024 into 2025. This was something that I was pretty excited about, that dividend growth from my portfolio. Let me see. There's a lot of comments here in the chat once again. Let me see. Korean Cardboard. Hey, everyone. No purchases this month. Had to add to the emergency fund. Nothing wrong with that, Korean Cardboard. Definitely. Building up that emergency fund is something that is very, very important. These past couple of weeks, I've had a lot of spending. But the good thing, and I pretty much use my credit card. Even my daughter was talking to me about earlier. She was like, "Oh, you were swiping your credit card today a lot, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Yep." But one thing that I have told you before, is like not to get in debt. So she understood that. And I told her, if you don't have the money, you don't spend it, right? So the money that I spent in these past couple of weeks, like I explained to her, I saved it in my high yield savings account. So I have it there. It's not going to be any debt. I'm not going to pay any interest because anything that you got today and in the past couple of weeks that was on sale, like she wanted to get some shopping done for herself. That was something that she really wanted. So she got a bunch of clothes and some of it was on sale. And I told her, if I don't pay it off and I get charged interest, then anything that was on sale is really not on sale because I'm getting charged interest on it. But what I'm going to do is that in the next week or so, I'm going to pay it off. Because I have the cash. Don't get into debt. I made that mistake when I was younger. I got into debt. I bought Jordans. I bought many other things, with credit cards. I got into debt and it's not good. I thank God I did started learning about finances pretty much in YouTube. That's where I have learned a lot of my finances. Listening to them while I commute and all that, listening to videos. And I was able to learn how to about high yield savings accounts, taxable brokerages, Roth IRA, which is something else, man. 401k also, man. I think I'm sharing a lot, but I also updated my spreadsheet for my 401k. I have one spreadsheet with my 401k and the Roth IRA, and yes, that one is both of them together. It is much larger than my portfolio that I share here. So I was able to get a very, very nice amount of dividends in there. Man, I don't share it here. I really don't. But, I definitely got some very, very nice dividends from there. But nothing wrong with building up that emergency fund. I do have some like saved up for just in case in my high yield savings account. That's where I have some of the emergency fund and some funds also for like spending. Like, for example, what we just did these past 2 weekends, these past few weekends. That's why I've been so busy. But nothing wrong with that, Korean Cardboard. Let me see, Brendan. Just hit my 2025 goal of 200 SCHD shares. Nice, congrats, man. Definitely. That's awesome. That's awesome. 200 shares of SCHD. That is awesome. Let me see, Jeremy. I have long-term positions for HEMS in my growth portfolio, and I also have 100 shares in my options portfolio for selling calls and maybe swing trade at the right price. Nice. I like that. I like that, Jeremy. I actually like that. I like that, because I think, the little bit that I read about him, to hold it for the long term is really not a bad idea. Korean Cardboard, your cam looks like 4K on my monitor. Oh, nice. Nice. You know what I've been doing, KC? I've been playing around with the filters. I got me a mic holder now. So you guys can see right here. I got me a mic holder. Later on, I'm going to invest on a better mic. But I've been, in the little bit of time that I get, I've been looking at videos, playing around with the filters, on OBS Studios for the camera and for the audio. I'm also trying to play around with that. I've been making some videos like quickly, and the audio might not be as good, or the video might not be as good, but it's because I'm playing around with it to see where I like it, and I just been making the video. Then I go ahead and go back in the next video. Like this morning, I should have posted the video much earlier, but I was playing around with the audio a little bit more to see if I could get like to the sweet spot. I just want to get to the sweet spot, but I'm still playing around with it. But thank you for the feedback right there. I've really been playing around, and this is the same webcam that I've been have for a while. I just never knew I could do that in OBS playing with the cameras. Let me see, Ghoul. I was planning to invest aggressive for the next year, but I realized that I need to build my emergency fund. So Roth IRA and 401k is the only investment. Okay, all right. Um, nothing wrong with that, you know. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And honestly, building an emergency fund, Ghoul, um, is definitely something important because you just never know when you need some money for anything. You know, like for example, I have my car, and I know I can perform my own mechanic work, but my alternator went on one of the cars, and then I think it was the battery on the other car. It was something like that, and it happened around the same time, but I was able to buy those. Those are a little bit of expensive, you know, like for me, a couple $100. So I did the job, which is great, you know, and I saved up in labor a lot of money. Um, but I had that plus anything else that I had at the time, and that was right before my Disney vacation. I think it was when it happened. But I had some money saved up in my high yield savings account. That is something too. Try to have your emergency fund in something that gives you some interest, so you can at least see it build up even more, you know, month over month. So I have mine in a high yield savings account. There might be other accounts that might be better, but that's what I have learned so far, and I have my money there saved up just in case anything happens. I'm able to go ahead and just you know, and just buy it. You know, my trip to Puerto Rico, I was gonna spend some of my money that I had there. But the good thing was that, you know, because I had my second job too, and I was able to budget. I think when did I buy my ticket? I think it was in November. I was able to then go ahead and pay it off then later on. I did some budgeting pretty good, and one of the checks was able to cover for my plane ticket, so I didn't have to spend for my emergency fund. But if I didn't need it, I had it there. You know, I have like emergency fund with anything else in there mixed in the same account. But let me see. I want 250 SCHD shares by the end of 2026, including my Roth. That's a great goal right there, Finanzas con Estilo. That's a great goal right there. Love it. Love the goal right there. 250 SCHD shares. That would be awesome. That Bank of America position is worth 57.99 shares of SCHD. Woo, man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Hold on, I charged my phone. I was charging my phone right here. I still have the 13 Pro with a cracked screen. And even though I have the money, I don't know. I know we spoke about this before, but uh you know, it's just crazy. I can buy me a new phone, but I just don't. It still works, you know. So you know, why spend the money on it? You know, that's the crazy part, right? You know, having the money, and you know, sometimes people even look at me like, you know, what is this guy doing with a you know, with a cracked phone? Like, did you order one? You know, I even had a coworker ask me like, "Hey, did you order a new phone?" I was like, "Nah, I'll order it next year, 2026. You know, I'll order me a new phone. For now, it's working, so you know, I know it has a cracked screen, but it doesn't bother me really. You know, it doesn't really bother me. Let me see. JL, I need to run. Family having game night. Happy New Year, J, and everyone. Happy New Year, JL. Hope you see maybe a little bit of the replay, but Happy New Year. Hope you have fun with your family, you know, and friends. Definitely enjoy that time. You know, that time, it only comes, you know, few times a year, so definitely enjoy. You know, very, very understandable. I know you usually watch the replays too. So, but yeah, definitely have some fun. Same thing. I can't wait to go to Puerto Rico, go to see my mom. I'm gonna eat a couple things while I'm down there. To my Puerto Rican guys right here. I don't know. What are some things that I should go eat over there? But I'm definitely going to stuff myself. I had gained some weight. I gained like, I think it's like 8 to 10 pounds as of lately these holidays, because I've been eating a lot of too many pastries. Too much sweets. I've been eating a lot. That's my problem. That's my downside. A lot of sweets. JL, Happy New Year. Have fun. Yeah, yeah. JL will definitely have fun with her family. The thrill. I own Pepsi, and I'm concerned with states' new laws restricting sugary beverages and snacks food being bought with SNAP benefits. Pepsi and Coke, our bottom line, will get hit. Okay, all right. Yeah, yeah. That is very true. But one thing that I like about Coke too is that it's in a lot of businesses. Like McDonald's have a lot of Coke products. Um, what else? I know it's everywhere. Costco have it. Costco has it in their food court, and they also sell Coca-Cola products. Um, but yeah, Coca-Cola products are just everywhere. They're just everywhere, and they're very, very popular, especially in the Hispanic community. I think a lot of Hispanic people around me drink more Coca-Cola products than Pepsi. To be honest with you. A lot of the people that I know, and even non-Hispanics, on the people that I've known, they prefer more Coca-Cola products than Pepsi too. I don't know. Maybe around you guys is different, but the people that I have around me and stuff, and a lot of the places that I go to, they have Coca-Cola products. So I do like the business, you know, of Coca-Cola. Let me see, Isra. My total this year was $398 in dividends. Nice. That's awesome. $398 added to your portfolio, without lifting a finger, without working, without, just by waking up one day, boom, $398 already for the year. That is definitely awesome. That is something awesome, awesome. Isra, don't forget, guys, whoever has Robinhood to claim the gift at 8:30 Eastern time. What kind of gift, Isra? I wonder that. What kind of gift? Uh, what kind of gift? Let us know there. Let me see. I don't know why it says that the bit rate is a little bit lower on the live stream, but there's 22 of you guys there, 18 likes. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Very, very important. I'm hoping I'm not lagging. I'm hoping I'm not lagging. I'm gonna have to work on my settings on OBS just to make sure that I'm not lagging. Did you change the camera? Finanzas con Estilo. No, I did not change the camera. This is still a cheaper one that I bought from Amazon. It's a webcam. Until I invest in a Sony camera. That is something that I'm saving up for. Hopefully I get to buy it in 2026, but I'm saving up to buy me a Sony camera. What I did do, Finanzas con Estilo, I started playing with the filters, which has been helping me out a lot. And it's something that I didn't think about before until I Google Gemini it. I use Google Gemini. So it's helped me boost, my audio, and it boosts my video. And these are the same tools that I've had before, pretty much. The same mic and the same camera. These are a bit cheaper from Amazon. I bought both things, but just been playing around with the filters. So if you've never played around with the filters, just go on Gemini. It will explain to you a few things, and you'll be able to, get something a little bit more. I'm still playing around with them, but it does definitely look much, much better than before. So I also got to start learning how to do better thumbnails. That's going to be my next steps. So whenever I have time, I am going to start playing around with that a little bit more on thumbnails and all that. But definitely, it looks much, much better than before. This is just playing with the filters. When you go into the filters, let me see if I could probably show you the screen. Um, but just go into Google Gemini and you can put like filters, video filters for for camera so and so, like better filters or something like that, and it will definitely help out. Let me see. A money market may not be taxed by your state versus a high yield savings account. Okay, all right. I'm in New Jersey. I will have to look into that to see if a money market fund will not tax me. I do put whatever high yield savings account. I do put that into my taxes whenever I do that. Let me see, Tim. Your Vici purchases are boosting your annual dividend a lot. What is your Vici goal for 2026? That's a good question, Tim. That's a very good question. Let me see. There's 27 of you guys there. Please don't forget to hit the like button before I show you my portfolio. Let me see real quick. So my Vici goals, I have not thought about it, Tim. I have not thought about it. But you know what I want to get to in Vici Properties? 75 shares. I would love to get to like 75 shares of Vici Properties. I've been building up my position a lot more in the recent weeks. And I think I'm going to continue to put some of the cash that I have in here. I'm going to continue putting it into Vici. I'm even thinking I've been buying Vici Properties 2 shares a week the same way I've been doing SCHD. So I've been buying like Mondays when I buy SCHD for the weekly challenge, and I've been buying on Fridays. So I think I'm going to do that the same thing this week coming up right now. I think that's what I'm going to do once again. I got $1,600 invested in Vici Properties. I got 53.6 shares. I would love to get to 75 shares, but I gotta set up a more realistic goal with SCHD. Is 5.75% that I'm down in unrealized losses right now. And the other thing that I like about holding Vici Properties, I like Vici Properties because the real estate I think is great. In Las Vegas, I think that's really really good, and it's something that as they continue to hold that real estate into the future, I don't think Las Vegas is gonna. What I like too is that regardless of how the business does, they still gotta pay the rent. So that's all Vici does. Vici collects the rent if they do well in business or not. But they hold some of the best buildings or some of the best real estate in the Las Vegas Strip and in the Las Vegas area with all of those casinos right there. So that is something that I really like a lot about Vici. Their AFFO is also doing well at their FFO also. So their FFO payout ratio, I forgot where it was, but it was pretty safe too for the dividend. So I'm pretty good. I'm pretty content with Vici Properties. My yield on cost is at 6%. I would love to buy even more to bring my yield on cost up and bring my cost per share down. I want to bring my cost per share under $30. Oh no, under $29. That's why I would love to bring it down. It's right now $29.85, my cost per share. And my yearly income, my estimated yearly income from Vici Properties is at $96.64 right now. So for next year, I should be getting almost $100 for my Vici Properties position in dividends, and that's not including whatever they increase next year, in which hopefully they do have some nice increase, some nice dividend increase from Vici Properties, so it can boost my dividend income even more, honestly. But I should be getting my next dividend. It should be around 25 bucks. Which honestly, right now, the share price that is at, I should turn on the drip. I should really, really turn on the drip, which it will be in January. I don't know if the ex-dividend day came up, actually. I have to look at it. Maybe I could turn on the drip so it can drip right into SCHD. Or I could invest it manually. That is something that I like too. I like investing it manually too. But $96, I would love to get to like 70 to 75 shares of Vici Properties. If the share price continues to stay around where it's at right now, which is at $28.13. But $96 from one single company, that definitely keeps me very, very motivated. That is something that keeps me very, very motivated. Realty Income O is another one. Ticker O is another one. It pays me $115, and it's one that I'm also trying to grow. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been buying $10 every week of Realty Income, which is also boosting my dividend income, which is right now $115 in estimated yearly dividends from Realty Income. I'm almost at $10 a week from O, which is definitely awesome. I'm pretty much flat on the position, but I got $2,000 invested in Realty Income. Yeah, I should probably also turn on some of my drips. Turn on some of them, because in Fidelity, the good thing is that you can turn them on off in single positions whenever you want. Like, you don't need to always have it on or off. Let me see. Jeremy, absolutely claiming my Robinhood prices. I have mine and my wife's phone up together for both of our accounts. What is that? What is that price that you guys are talking about? I want to know. I might have to Google it. I love Google. Google Gemini has been helping a lot on a lot of things. Let me see the thrill. As of late 2025, 18 states have received approval from the USDA for waivers to restrict sugary drinks. Yeah, but they'll probably find ways to, pretty much try to. It's just those companies are very big, and I'm sure they'll figure something out to make their drinks to maybe be less sugary, like Coke Zero. Coke Zero, I like it. I like it. The missus, she doesn't like it. She likes more the the regular one with the sugar. But I like Coke Zero. I think it's good. I think it has good taste. I don't drink soda all the time. If I do drink, it's like on the weekends. Pretty much on like a Saturday night or something like that. That's when I have my Dr. Pepper, which I like a lot. I know Dr. Pepper is not Coke, but I like Dr. Pepper or any Coke products. I like to have on Saturday night. Sometimes I do have jarrito, tamarind, the tamarindo. That is one that I really like a lot. So let me see. I use Chat GPT for my mic settings, and it helped a lot. Yeah, me too. Well, I didn't use Chat GPT. I did Google Gemini, and I looked into some YouTube videos. That's where it helped out a lot. It looks really nice. Nice. Thank you. I've been playing around with the settings, with the filters. I think that helps out a lot. I should have done this a long time ago, but I was always like, so busy with everything else in my free time that I just really never looked into it until recently. Let me see. Is Vici your highest dividend stock? Maybe Pfizer now. Highest dividend stock meaning what? Like highest payer, highest yield? If it's my highest yield, no, my highest yield on cost is Main Street Capital. I got 7.86% in yield on cost, because my cost per share is in the 30s. It's at $39, and the share price is almost at 60. Yes, at $60, the share price. Let me show you real quick, Casey. The Main Street Capital, if you see it right here, $60, 77 cents right now share price. My cost per share is at $39. So my yield on cost is almost 8% in this position, 7.86%. Then second is it is Vici Properties at 6%, 6.03%, and then Realty Income is at 5.74%. So the BDC and the two REITs are my highest yielders right now. So yeah, those are my highest yielders if you're talking about that. Pfizer, I'm still undecided if I'm gonna sell or not, if I should continue building a position. Honestly, I've been procrastinating on looking into Pfizer. I should do it. I should really do my due diligence and do some research and see if I am going to hold the long term or not. Because originally I did wanted to hold the long term. But I made the decision too soon to start a position. I should have waited a little bit more. But I do have to do my due diligence on Pfizer, honestly, to see if I want to grow it even more. Um, but yeah, these are my highest yielders, if that's what you mean, Casey. Tim, are you going to change your drip next year? You buy a bunch of positions, which makes me think you should turn the drip on for those. Yeah, maybe I should, Tim. I think maybe I should. Maybe I should reconsider one of my goals to just turn on the drip in my positions. But I also like buying my dividend stocks. I also like to redirect my dividends. Even though I have a nice cash position right now, I got 300 something dollars, right? In my portfolio, in my dividend portfolio, I have $379 right now in cash. Um, but yeah, it might be something that I should reconsider to turn on the dividend drip into some of the positions. I might do that. I'm still have not decided yet. Vici Properties should be one, but if it goes back up over $32, $33, I might not want to have the drip on. That's why I don't know. But also on the other side, I do want to hold Vici Properties long term. So I'm kind of like contradicting myself, right? But I don't know. Let me rethink about it. Let me see the thrill. Snap revenue for Coke and Pepsi accounts for 8 to 12% of USA revenue. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. Let me see. Brainchild O has been priced decent lately. Yeah, yeah. That's why I've been adding like $10 each week on realty income. But I also like Procter and Gamble. It's been pretty good. It's at $144 right now. So Procter and Gamble, you know, so I've also been adding about $20. I've been depositing $100 every week into the dividend portfolio. So Procter and Gamble has been taking a big chunk of it. Vici Properties also has been taking a big chunk of it. SCHD, I gotta buy 2 shares every week. One on Fridays, one on Mondays, and I'm right now at 352 shares. I'm gonna end up the year with 353 shares, pretty much. And then in January, I'm gonna start attacking it a little bit heavier once I sell my Kenview position next week. The trio, Jeremy, I just claimed my price now. What? Okay. I really gotta take a look to see what is it that you guys are claiming the price. I don't have a Robinhood account, so I don't know. Dividend yield. Okay, so good thing I talk about it. So yeah, so it is Main Street Capital. That's my highest yielder right there. Probably $3 in ETH tonight. ETH is Ethereum, right? Let me see something. Should have it here somewhere. Hold on. ETH. I've been following Ethereum. I do want to talk about it a little bit. Oh, man, I don't know. It's just I don't share, you know, my retirement portfolios. But I added Ethereum to one of my portfolios. Oh man, I didn't want to, I did add Ethereum. Yeah. I added a little bit more risk to one of my retirement portfolios. Guess which one? I've been looking at Ethereum. It is one. I have Bitcoin in my taxable. Um, I did add something about Ethereum in one of my retirement portfolios. I added. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. I tell you right now. Hold on, hold on. I gotta open a new screen. Hold on. Oh, I got my Netflix screen here. I'm gonna watch after I finish the live stream. I'm gonna watch something that I've been watching recently. I don't think I need to show you guys the portfolio performance. Let me just go right here. I got a retirement portfolio spreadsheet. I have that I keep track of, and I honestly I looked into my retirement positions recently, and definitely my 401k is doing very very well. is doing very, very well. But I got yeah, I have some Ethereum in my retirement portfolio. I got 46 shares. Guess which one? Can you guys guess which one? It has to do with Ethereum. Can you guys guess? But Ethereum right now is at 29. Let me show you right here. 2976, $2,976 right now. The share price, let me see, is going back up. It's almost at 3,000 once again. Is that what you mean, Jeremy? It's almost at 3,000. In the year to date, it is down 11% pretty much in Ethereum. What are some other crypto coins that I should keep track of? Other than XRP, which I see a lot of people talking about it, XRP, or anything like that. What is some other crypto that you guys follow? Let me know there in the chat. But I've been following Ethereum and Bitcoin pretty much. That's what I've been following as of lately. Then Bitcoin, it is at 88,325. This one I've been following because I'm investing in IBIT, which is iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, and it's at $49.61. Hopefully in the after hours at 49. Yeah, it's around the same share price right now. So let me see. Let me see right here. Yep. So Ethereum, it is at 2980. No, I wanted to go into Bitcoin real quick. It is down in the year to date. Is down almost is 5.5% pretty much. So I've been trying to DCA into it right here. I started DCAing into it when it was pretty much like up here in the 114 when it took this dip right here in October. I think this is when I started buying IBIT, and then it started going down even more. And maybe I should have waited a little bit, but it started going down, so I've been DCAing into it, bringing down my cost per share in my IBIT position. So, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that it started so high because I've been DCAing down on it and trying to build a nice position. I want to get to 25 shares of IBIT. Let me see the thrill. LOL, Jeremy, I want the watch. I gotta take a look to see what it is that you guys are talking about from Robinhood. Let me see, Tim. As a long-time viewer, it seems to me that all Vici main KOPG should be dripped with SCHD. Okay, that's yeah. It's not a it's not a bad idea. Maybe that should be one of my goals to turn on the drip on some of those positions, especially Realty Income, Vici, Main Street, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble. Yeah, I do have a long-term conviction on those companies right there. I do like them a lot. I did doubt myself with Pfizer. With Kenvue, I thought it will do better, to be honest with you. But I guess I was wrong. Which is okay because most of my positions, not always, and that's something that you have to think about when you invest. You're not always gonna have these greens, right? Like for example, my Bank of America, which I'm up 97%. I don't have all of them there. I grow it even more. That is something that I've been wanting to do with Procter & Gamble. It was a very small position. Same thing with Coca-Cola, which is only $488 that I haven't invested. And that's why I want to grow it even more in the Coca-Cola position. So that is something that I've been doing with Procter & Gamble. I did that with Johnson & Johnson. Recently, I started buying more and more and more. And right now, the share price is at $207. I was buying under $160. And I brought up my cost per share to 155. Then it went like around 155, 159 dollars, and I kept on buying more, and now I'm up 33%. FXAIX, I'm up 31%. Visa, I'm up 24.5%. So you're not always gonna have those greens on all the positions. Some of them will be down in share price, and some of them might not be the best investments, which is okay. But as long as you continue to invest, do your research, learn from these mistakes. I think that's what is very, very important, that you learn from the mistakes that you make. Like in Cambio, in Pfizer, I think I jumped too quickly, which is something that I'm trying to take my time with Netflix. And one thing that I need to learn to do, especially with Netflix, is that if it doesn't go down to the share price where I want to enter, then I'm okay. I'm okay with missing it. If it goes back up in share price, I can't be hard on myself and be like, okay, oh man, I gotta go ahead and FOMO into it and start buying it because it's going back up in share price. No, because then I'll make a mistake. So that is something that you gotta keep in mind when you're investing. Which is okay to miss some of those crazy growers. Like Palantir. Um, Let me take this out. But like Palantir, Nvidia, some of those, yes, they have gone up in share price, but don't just jump in just because they're going up in share price and it's just, going bananas. You know what I mean? Like don't just FOMO into it. But yeah. But going back, Tim, yeah, maybe I should have that as one of my goals, just to drip all of 2026, you know, just to drip. Let me see. I almost sold Pepsi last week and didn't, but the more I do research, I'm convinced myself to sell. Once I break even, I'm out. Okay, yeah. If you lost conviction um on your company, on a company, and if it's the best way, it's the best. If it's the best decision, it's the best decision for you. Whatever it is for your portfolio, right? Don't go by what somebody else says, because we all have different plans with investing. Some of us might be thinking about building a dividend income stream. Some of us like better to take gains, and do the 4% rule later in the future, where you start cutting down your portfolio little by little. One of the things that I'm thinking about more and more, and that's why I'm trying to select the best companies in my portfolio, in the dividend portfolio, and why I build income. And I do get some comments saying, "Oh, you're doing it wrong, and you're doing it like this," But it's just with my plan. I don't want to sell SCHD ever. I actually, hopefully, um, I get to pass it down to my kids. So then, if I have, if something happens to me and I have 5,000 shares, those 5,000 shares get split between my kids, and they continue to collect that dividend every quarter, which I'm gonna show them once they grow, about the compounding, the compounding effect on dividends, and hopefully they do get to live. Off dividends in the future, where they have more time with their kids, where they're not tied up to a job and they have to work overtime hours and a lot of hours like I do. I work almost 70 hours a week. I don't want that for my kids. I would love for them to have that free time with their kids, which hopefully will be my grandchildren, right? In the future, and they're able to spend that time with them, going to practices, going to sports things, or whatever it is that they like in the future. Maybe they like acting, dancing, anything like that, studying. So that's why I'm building my dividend portfolio, to hopefully for the future. That's why I like Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson. I think those are companies that are not gonna be disrupted. Vichy Properties, I like it a lot too. I think the real estate that they own is going to be very powerful in the future. It's going to continue, and some of the other companies. But yeah, but whatever works for you, man. Let me see. Casey, have you thought about an energy stock like CVX or XOM? Before, I did think about what's that one that Buffett then started buying. There is one that I did like before, but I never invested in it. Man, I forgot which one it was. I even had it on my watch list, I think. Let me see real quick if I have it on my watch list. Um, but yeah, it was I do have Berkshire Hathaway in my watch list. I got SPGI, Netflix, Costco, FIX, which is one that you guys put there in the chat. Moody's Corporation, Microsoft. I even had Disney, but I don't know if I want to invest in Disney. Let me see. Let me see if I have it right here. I don't know. Maybe I removed it before. I even have Wendy's. I don't know why, but I was keeping an eye on Wendy's. ION NQ, Palantir, MAA, which Anders invest in it. Snap on, also another one that I was looking at before. Is performing very well, if I'm not mistaken. Still, oh man, I forgot which one it was. Oxy, I think it was Oxy, Occidental Petroleum. That is one that I was looking at. Let me see where it's at right now. It's at $39 a share. This is one that I was looking into. Casey, 19.3 is down 19.3% in the year to date. PE ratios at 28. It also pays a dividend. Let me see, in the last 5 years it's up 125%. It's been going down in share price, but it's one that I was keeping an eye on Occidental Petroleum. Right now the payout ratio, look at the dividend, 2.41%. Payout ratio is at 69%. Dividend growth 9%. So they grew their dividend 9% the last time they did, which it was earlier this year. So they're due dividend increase actually this year. But they have been growing their dividend single digit percent and 22% in 2024, 38% in 2023. So yeah, this is one that I was keeping an eye on. I don't know why I removed it from my watch list. I don't know why. Maybe I should add it. I'll probably add it after I finish this. But that was one. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to add any energy stocks, right now. Let me see. I make about $5 a month in rewards dividends from stacked Ethereum. But I can only stake on Coinbase for now. Okay. Hey, $5 a month is $5 a month, for free. Tim, Solana. To keep an eye on Solana. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Let me see. Let me add it into my be a ticker symbol. Let me see if I can. Solana is SOL, right? That's the one. Let me add it in here so we could take a look at it. We could probably talk about it too. It's at $128. Solana. I have to look into this one a little bit, but it's also down. In the year to date, it's down 32%, pretty much. It was at $232 earlier, 2 months ago, pretty much. 2 to 3 months ago, it was around $244, 220 something dollars. Now it's at $128. So I would just need to look into this one a little bit. But I do like Bitcoin and Ethereum that they have also ETFs, which it makes it a little bit easier for me to invest in. But yeah, Solana. Let me see. The 401k always do better than brokerage because you can't beat the S&P. Nice. Yeah, that is so true. I have most of my 401k in the S&P 500, and I have some in this other mutual fund, I think it is, which it gives me some income. What I like about the dividend is that it pretty much like I get a very nice amount of dividend at the end of the year in the last quarter from it, and I got a very, very nice amount, and it just drips back into my positions, like it just gets added into it, which is good. It's good. Oh my gosh. Ethereum and Solana, I guess, I have real world use cases and are being built out. The rest I kind of side eye, but I have a few bucks in XRP. Okay. All right. I've been seeing a lot of people on XRP too. I even had a coworker talk to me about it. And she's she's much older than me. She's almost into retirement, and she was talking to me about it, about XRP pretty much. Isn't Vici really tied to Vegas? Not necessarily. I think they have some real estate in another state. Let me think. I gotta think about it because I'm gonna confuse it with realty income too, which is also realty income is investing in Europe too, which is good. No, but Vici Properties is not only tied up in Vegas. Let me see. Yes. I was in Vegas last spring for the SN conference. It was not populated like that. Okay. All right. But the good thing is that they continue to collect the rent. That it doesn't matter. I think KC. I think that they're not only tied up in Vegas. I think they do have, they either have some investments in another state or they were going to have some investments in another state. I just gotta refresh my memory. Not compared to my last time there in 2018 or so. Tim, your KO drip will buy 0.25 shares without even taking into account the 5% dividend increase. The drip will get your goal of 20 shares closer quarter by quarter. Yeah, that's not a bad idea per year. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. You know, I gotta take you on that one. Honestly, I gotta take you on that one. On turning on the drip. KC, how about a different healthcare stock? If you sell off PFE or add another, I have ABBV. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked into any. Honestly, I like AbbVie also. That's a good holding that you have right there. Um, Let me put it right here, real quick. ABBV, which is AbbVie. That is a good performer right there too. I like this company. I don't know why the PE ratio says 174 and forward PE 16. I don't know what is that. But in the last, let me see, in the year to date is up 29%. In the last year, up 27%. In the last 5 years, is up 122%. So this one is performing very, very well. Um, I haven't really looked into it, but I know it's a good company overall, honestly. And you see the revenue is pretty steady. It's pretty steady. I think it's slightly growing. Let me see. Yeah, it's slightly growing. Yeah, 8%, 6%, 9% year over year, 5%. It's still growing. It's not going down. In 2023, it didn't perform well. Revenue was going down actually. 9% went down year over year, 4%. But revenue is growing down. Not sure what else to look into this company. But the shares outstanding, let me see. Yeah, they're pretty flat, so they're not issuing shares. They're probably just buying back shares very slowly. Let me see. Yeah, it's just pretty flat in shares. So um, let me just. Oh my gosh, I clicked the wrong thing. But yeah, this one is a good company too. But no, no, not looking into adding any other ones. Honestly, in my dividend portfolio. Um, Maybe something like Costco, probably adding to my dividend portfolio before I add any of these, which is at the top of my watch list in the dividend ones. My top for growth is I tell you right now. For growth is Netflix, which I just put it at the very top, and I got BRKB, which is Berkshire Hathaway. For dividend, I have Costco at the top. If I add a different stock, I also have SPGI and then Meta. Also, which I looked at it recently. I almost did it. I almost added it under $600 in Meta into the dividend portfolio, but I was just gonna start with like two shares, which I was like, I don't know. I wasn't decided in between my dividend or my growth portfolio. You know, on Meta. Maybe do some swing trade. Um, KC, mostly Vegas, not all. Yeah, that's from Vici Properties. That's true. I don't know much about them. Yeah, like with Vici Properties, it's still gonna get paid the rent, regardless of how the business does. But they own some very, very good real estate there. Let me see something real quick. Vici, let me see. Real estate own. Let me see if I could put something right here real quick and just talk about it. They own the core portfolio. Let me see if I put it right. Let me give you a little bit of context here. This is why I like Google Gemini. I like Google Gemini a lot. The core portfolio: gaming properties, 54 major gaming destinations, other experimental assets, 39 non-gaming venues, including health and wellness centers and sport facilities. Total building space, 127 million square feet. This is very good. Google Gemini to like even do a quick summary of a company, or if you have any questions, it will, instead of you looking into other websites and all that, I just go right here and it makes it a lot more easier for me to look into a company. Key statistics, let me see, total hotel rooms, 60,000, amenities, over 500 restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and sports. Golf courses, also, they own golf courses. 4 championship courses, Cascada, Rio Seco, Grand Bear, Chariot Run. Let me see. Vici is the largest landowner on the Las Vegas Strip. Its most iconic holdings include Caesar's Palace, which is a big one, NGM Grand Las Vegas, Venetian Resort, which is another big one right there, Chelsea Piers in New York, Borgata in Atlantic City, that's another one. So you see, so they have some real estate in others too, in other states. I remember seeing that. The last real estate that I was looking into, it was Realty Income. That's why I couldn't remember. But look, you see, 5-star hotel, so $117 a night. There is some, if you wanna, get some of that. But right here, recent acquisitions, Golden Entertainment for portfolio, November 2025. Vici announced the $1.16 billion acquisition of 7 casino properties, including the Strat Hotel Casino on the Las Vegas Strip and properties in Nevada. In fact, Fairump, Nevada? I don't know. I don't know how to say that. The portfolio includes 38 bowling entertainment centers across 17 states. But yeah, so they don't only invest in Las Vegas. Business model: Vici operates under a triple net lease agreement. That is something that I like too. Same with Realty Income. But yeah. Yeah, so these are some of it, some of the properties that they own. So they don't only own in Las Vegas, they own in other states too. Their portfolio is pretty good, and I like how Vici has been performing so far. The trio, in my opinion, if you're strictly looking for dividend and don't care for share price appreciation, why buy stocks? Just stick on SCHD. It's not a bad idea, but one thing, and I don't know, give me your opinion on this, right? One thing that I'm always talking about is that I want to build a nice portfolio where I have some income each month of the year, pretty much. That is something that I'm trying to work on when I'm selecting some of these. And I have made some mistakes, don't get me wrong, I have not done it perfectly. I have made some mistakes, but something that I'm working on and working towards is getting paid on these other months. Like SCHD pays in March, June, September, December, which some of my other companies also pay those months, like Visa, but I really like Visa for the long term. I really like Visa long term, honestly. Johnson & Johnson also is another one that pays me the same months. And even Bank of America, but Bank of America was supposed to be a swing trade. I just been collecting the dividend and just been enjoying the gains, which is at 97%. But eventually I am going to sell Bank of America. Most likely I'll put some of that into SCHD, probably half of the gains, which is gonna add up even more because I only get $31 of estimated yearly dividends from my Bank of America position, but I can put that into SCHD and get even more dividends, and then I'll put the rest of it into something else, most likely. But one thing that I'm trying to do is, like, for example, this Vici Properties, it pays me in January, April, July, and October, which is other months other than SCHD. Realty Income, of course, it pays me every month. Main Street Capital pays me every month. Starbucks, it pays me February, May, August, and November. Let me see, Coca-Cola, it also pays me April, July, and October. Yes, it pays in December, which is about in another month, it would have been better. But I'm trying to grow the dividend income in those other months, other than what SCHD pay. And yes, I am going to get rid of Bank of America. The bummer was CanView. I thought CanView would do better since it pays in February, May, August, and November, but I was wrong with the business. Um, and then yeah, so that's really the plan. That's why also I'm thinking multiple things have me rethinking about Pfizer, and moving on because it also pays in the same months as SCHD. So I kind of want to build a portfolio around SCHD. Not sure if that makes sense. But that is where I'm molding my portfolio into. That's where I want to mold my portfolio into. I have some other companies that pay me in other months, so I don't only have like that one big dividend in one quarter, and that is it. No, I want to have some income in every month. Not sure if that makes sense. But yeah, um, that is one of the plans that I have through. For the portfolio. I don't know if I'm gonna change it later on in the future. Maybe I'll go all in on SCHD. SCHD definitely is gonna be my largest position always. But I would love to build a portfolio around SCHD. Like SCHD will be, let me just say, not a big fan of LeBron James, but like SCHD will be my Kobe Bryant, you know, and then I just want to build some good role players around SCHD. Like I want to put a Pau Gasol, a Lamar Odom, like some of those, right? You know what I mean? I don't know if you follow basketball, but that is something that I want to do, and to build more income in the other months. Maybe later on in the future I'll change everything and I'll just get maybe some cover call ETFs that will pay me monthly, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. But my big chunk it is going to be SCHD, honestly. And it's just I don't want to have like that 1 month every quarter that gets paid a whole lot more. Like I really would love to grow these positions even more. Like Vici properties and all that. Why doesn't Jay start a dividend portfolio for ETFs that eventually replaces his paycheck contribution? Start with $5 and grow it at $5 a week with drip on. Not a bad idea, Tim. That is pretty much what I would like to do with this portfolio. With the dividend portfolio, sorry. I would love to for this to replace some of my income, And maybe later on I will you know, get some other ETFs or something. I do have GPIQ, I think it is, which is one that KC brought up before, which I have it on the top of my watch list. I have this one, which I kind of like. Honestly, I kind of like. Let me know there in the chat if any of you hold it. But Korean Cardboard brought this one up. GPIQ, Goldman Sachs Nasdaq 100 Premium Income ETF. It has an expense ratio 0.29%. That is one thing that I like a lot about this one. Dividend yield is 9.6%. I know it's not one of those crazy ones like 25, 30, 50%, dividend yields. But I like how this one has been performing so far. I'm keeping an eye on it for now. I'm going to see how it continues to perform. But inception day was in 2023, so it was like about 2 years ago. But price appreciation, it has 38.1%. 38.1% right there in price appreciation. And it pays every month, pretty much. And it has holdings like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, Broadcom, Palantir, Netflix, Costco. Gotta love Costco. T-Mobile, which was one that Finanzas con Estilo let me see. Yeah, Finanzas con Estilo was giving analysis on it. And if you guys see right here, yep, the dividend 9.6% pays every month. Look at the growth. Dividend growth it's been like it was in the month of November, 14%. Nice. Then 7% in December. but it's been pretty good. It's been performing pretty good. You know, GPIQ. I don't know the total returns from this one, but it's been calling my attention since Korean Cardboard mentioned it in there. Let me see. 2026 goal maybe. Yeah, Tim, I'm gonna think about it. I'm really, really gonna think about it. You know, about turning on the drip, and this one about an ETF. I could probably make a portfolio and just put GPIQ. I don't know. Maybe I could put GPIQ and put $5, $10 every week, and you guys follow it. You know, if you guys want to do that. KC, and then maybe I'll let you guys choose the platform. Maybe I'll do SoFi or something like that. Korean Cardboard, I forgot you had J&J. Yeah, I do have that as my healthcare also, which I'm planning on keeping long term. But yeah, Isra, I don't know if I don't hear anything. My audio, it shows right here that it is on, but let me know there if it's not working. Isra, okay, it's back. Okay, all right. Maybe it was just it was just something. Let me see what it says here real quick. Let me see my live stream. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Looks like everything is good. It says excellent. It says excellent right now. Let me see. Great analogy, Jay. LOL. For me, budget-minded people, when you receive the money, doesn't really matter. Yeah, yeah. I just, yeah. I'm okay with my budget. I'm not perfect though. I would like to get better at it. I did make a spreadsheet that which I gotta work on, but I just created it real quick for my bills because I do need to look at my bills, look at my car insurance, which I also have not changed yet, and I need to change it. I need to save up some money on my car insurance because I know I'm overpaying right now. I think I'm paying like $200 a month or something like that, which I know I'm overpaying. But it is something that I need to shop. Hopefully after this month when everything slows down a little bit because the holidays, I had to go to New York. I had to go to a couple places. It definitely didn't help. But I'm not that great. I'm not really, really, really good with budgeting. I am okay though, because I'm not in debt right now. Whatever I owe in the credit cards right now is what I've been spending in the past week and a half, and I'm gonna be paying it off. I gotta move some money around and then just pay it off pretty much. So that is something that that's why it's something also that in my I guess analogy is that I would love to grow my dividend in every month so I have monthly income from my dividend portfolio for the future. Hopefully it does work out. I can't say that it will. That is the plan and that's what I want to go towards. So let me see. Tim, I think you're putting these options off. Now is the time, my friend. I don't know. Maybe in the future, maybe in the near future, KC can hear me fine. That's good. Maybe, Tim. I don't know. Why don't you start a Robinhood account and start with GPIQ at $5 a week? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Treat it like an experiment. Not a bad idea because I had, as I've told you guys before, I had JetQ and SPYI. Those were the two that I had there to add into the dividend portfolio later on, not now. I wasn't going to add them now. I was planning on adding later on. But once Korean Cardboard mentioned GPIQ, I liked it. I like the performance of it, which is not crazy performance. I'm okay. I don't want like no crazy returns. I would love that nice steady income, but I also don't want my capital to to have like that negative NAV erosion pretty much and just lose all my money that I deposit into it. I would love for it to grow a little bit more because maybe later on I change my mind and I don't want that 9 point something percent dividend yield, right? So that's one thing that I like about GPIQ, that there is some capital appreciation too. So since I like that, I like the dividend yield, which it was at 9%, low expense ratio at 0.29%, which is not that low, but it's still pretty good. compared to the dividends that you're getting. Um, that's why I put it on my list, because I did like that. A lot of the cover call ETFs or options ETFs, they just have such high expense ratio, like 0.99%, 0.8%, 0.7%, something like that. So that was one thing that I don't like. I don't like the high expense ratios. I don't like to pay too much. I like more like FXAIX, which it was at 0.015, yeah, 0.015% ratio, expense ratio. So it's like very, very small. Let me see. Casey, I'm getting out of baseball card collecting and found someone who wants to buy a part of it. If that works as planned, hope to get about 5K for it. We'll invest that money. Okay, that's good, man. Getting 5K from cards, that's not bad. But do your shopping though. Try to get as much as possible though, Casey. Try to do your shopping, man. Try to do your research on them. See if you could get a little bit more. If you could get like 6, 7K, that definitely would be good. That definitely will be good. But that's not bad. That's like Pokemon card trading. Like I've seen people that make a lot of money on Pokemon cards. I did have a coworker that used to work with me on my second job, that he was also trading baseball, basketball, like sports cards. So he was doing that, and then after a certain amount of money, he started making some pretty decent money, that he quit that second job, and just stayed with the cards collection and trading cards and all that, and was making money, was making good money. He even left the second job. That's how good he was doing. Would you have GPIQ in a tax advantage account? Yeah, probably. Probably. If I do that, if I do open an account to treat it as an experiment, it will probably be no, it won't be a tax advantage account. It will be probably a taxable account, so it won't be tax advantage. If I add GPIQ into, like, for example, my Roth, it will be once I get closer to retirement, because my Roth IRA will be at 59 and a half, right? So I still have some time. I wouldn't invest in it right now. I would let it compound. My largest position in my Roth is pretty simple until now that I just added another crazy position. But my largest position is this ETF. I'll show you right now. And I'm sure you guys, but this one I like a lot. I like this ETF a lot. SCHG, Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF. This is my largest position in my Roth IRA. That then later on in the future, I'm gonna sell and I'm gonna put into dividend stock or something like that. But this will be my largest. This is my largest position in my Roth. SCHG, expense ratio 0.04%. That's what I like a lot. So it's $4 for every $10,000 that I have invested every year. So that's nothing compared to the performance. If we open up in the last 5 years, it's up 107%. I'm up in my position because I DCA into it. I'm up right now almost 32%. I can't show you because I'll show you my whole retirement portfolio. But yeah, this is it. This is my largest position in my Roth IRA right now. Dividend yield is only 0.35%, which is nothing. In the max is up 932%. That's in the max in share price appreciation. This one I'm holding for a while before I start selling. That's why I'm keeping like JEPQ, SPY, and GPIQ on my watch list for the future. Let's see if those will be good or maybe something else. Tim, I'm retired on these ETFs. Nice. Yeah, I know. You mentioned that before. You mentioned that before. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let me see the thrill. Korean, what card do you have we might need to hook up? LOL. Okay. Okay. You see, that's why it's good to come to the chat. That's why it's good to come to the live streams because you just never know who you get to meet over here. Music, I have Pikachu Van Gogh. Is the only card I own. Is 3 times, 5 times per PSA. You will have to pay taxes on the dividends. Not sure if qualified or not. Yeah, if I do have in a taxable account, I will have to pay taxes on it for sure on GPIQ. Brainchild, does anyone else collect assets like Korean cardboard? I have fishing equipment. Okay. I have a comic book collection worth about 50K from Tim. Really? 50K, Tim? Are you trolling or you're being for real? Let me see, KC. This is a player that is not highly collected, so it's hard to find buyers for his cards. I found one who does, so I have to take advantage. I live in Korea, so shipping and such is a turnoff to US buyers. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Let me see, Brainchild. But for real, my coworker trades gaming systems and games. That's awesome, Tim. Tim, you really have 50K in comic book collection? What is it like? Marvel, DC? I want to know if you're not trolling. You might be trolling. But let me see. Today, I don't think that they will. This is copyrighted, right? But today, I'm gonna try to finish watching in my Netflix. I'll try to finish watching this record of Ragnarok. This is what I'm planning on watch today a little bit. I gotta also finish the Sandman. This is another one that I like a lot. The Sandman in my Netflix. I have a few things I gotta watch. I also got Dragon Ball. 28 years later. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but it is another one that I need to watch. This one right here. Because I saw 28 days later and 28 weeks later, so I gotta watch this one. But it is on my Netflix. I have it right here. I'm gonna watch a little bit before I go to bed. It is 9:32 already. Let me see who else is there. My collection topped out at 130K during COVID. Been buying comics since I was 10. Also, yeah, wow, that's awesome, Tim. That is awesome. It's everything. Okay. All right, that's good. So you have a little bit of everything then. Little bit of what is it? Marvel, DC. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Tim. The thrill. I have a Japanese Ichiro rookie card. I'm trying to get 1K for PSA 8. I don't have any valuable cards. Okay. Let me see the thrill. One point, my knife collection was worth about 60K. Sold some to put my daughter and now my son in college. Oh, that's awesome, thrill. That's awesome that you were able to do that. You know. Wow, that's awesome. A-Bone, you ever seen the cartoon star Blazers? No. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. Is it on Netflix? Is it on Netflix? I do watch anime. I like watching anime. You guys saw there. I like Baki, you know. I haven't seen Demon Slayer, but I watch Baki, watch Dragon Ball. I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen as of recently, here and there, on and off, you know. But I've been watching a couple of those. Let me see what else have I been watching that I can remember. I kind of want to start watching One Piece, but I don't know. It's just so many episodes. I haven't even started. Sakamoto Days. That's another one that I liked. It was a recent one. This one right here, Sakamoto Days. Hold on, let me see if it pops it open. Let me see this one right here. It is one that I like. Yeah. So I like watching a couple of these things, but 28 years later is the one that I want to watch. Also as a movie. But yeah. Let me see. Tim, my most valuable comic is 4K. Wow. Wow, Tim. Wow. What are you planning on doing? Like, are you gonna sell it, buy some stocks, or you know? Wow, 4K, $4,000. That is definitely awesome. That's woof, man. I gotta start, looking into collecting some of those. Collecting something. Let me see what else. Did I wanted to show you guys? I did show you my dividend income. Let me see. The thrill. Did you watch The Penguin on HBO? They did a great job with the storyline. No, I didn't watch. Oh, I don't have HBO. Sorry, thrill. I don't have HBO. That's why I want Netflix to buy it. To buy Warner Brothers. That's why I want that deal to come through. So I don't have to, add another one. But I did watch. What was that one? Oh my gosh, with the Batman storyline. Oh man, I can't believe I can't think about. Um, hold on, what was it again? Oh, I can't think of the name right now. I cannot believe it. Peaky Blinders was another one. I was watching it. I totally stopped watching it. Hold on. Oh my gosh. What's it again? Let me see if I see it right here before I finish the live stream. Oh man, I can't think of the title. But it was a storyline on Batman, like the Penguin and Joker and them. Oh my gosh. Oof. How did I forget though? How did I forget the name? I can't believe I forgot the name. I'm trying to go down into I used to watch Narcos too. Let me see if I see it right here real quick. I might not even have it in Netflix anymore. Resident Evil. I watched so many things. No, they don't even have it here anymore. What was that one that I watched before? Hold on, let me look in Google real quick. Let me go look in Google real quick. There it is. Isra. Gotham. That one I liked a lot. Gotham, I liked a lot. That one was one of my favorites. Yep. That's the one, Isra. Gotham. That was a good series. That was a good series. That was a good series. Um Gotham series. It was this one. Gotham. This one was one that I liked a lot. They don't have it on Netflix, I don't think. Let me see. But this one was good. I really like this series right here. Gotham. It was about Gordon, James Gordon, pretty much. It wasn't like really about Batman. It was mostly about James Gordon. It was really around them. The whole storyline, which was so cool. And I thought this guy played the Joker pretty good. Cameron, right here, this guy. But this one I liked a lot. I really liked this this series a lot. I really like that series a lot. Let me see, Tim. I'm diversified. I got the comic when I was 30 years younger. I graded it and it came back at a 9.8, which is a perfect comic. Nice. First appearance first appearance of Harley Quinn. Wow. Wow. That is awesome. Yeah, I really like that series. That Gotham series has how many seasons does it have? 5 seasons, but it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Have to check it out. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. What else did I watch that was good? Um, yeah, it all depends on what you want to watch, but I liked a lot of these series right here, and I want to continue watching this, and then I need to watch a couple movies though. I've been watching a lot of anime lately, so I gotta kind of like take a break on it and watch something else when I'm not looking into investing. But yeah, yeah. Oh man. So yeah, what else? What else, guys? I think that's pretty much it for the night. I've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Wow, time flies. Time goes by so fast. Time really goes by so fast. And I would honestly like to do more live streams. I know it's not possible because I've been um I work a lot, and plus life is just very very busy. But it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool as of recently. I gotta show you guys a couple pictures. I gotta put it together. Show you a couple pictures of the past couple of weeks. But yeah, but let me know there in the chat. What are you guys buying this week? Are you guys buying anything before the year end, or are you guys holding? You guys gonna be like, that's it, pretty much for me. Let me see what else do I have here. Ninja Solana. Yeah, pretty much. Visa is still up, man. Visa is one that ran up in share price recently. It's up 6% in the last month. But I really, really wanted Visa to go under $320, man. But he never did, and he just went back up in share price to $345. This is another one. But yeah, I think that's it for me for tonight. I think I'm gonna have to already cut the live stream. But I definitely have fun. Definitely have fun. Hopefully you guys did too. For the Wednesday night, I don't know if you guys want to do a live stream because it's gonna be. I do get out at 6. I do work a full shift. Um, but I don't know if you guys are gonna be, spending time with your families, because it's New Year's Eve. Pretty much, I think I'm gonna stay home. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm kind of tired. Once again, I did that for Christmas too. I pretty much stayed home and just spent time with the kids. Then they went um to their aunts and uncles' house, with their mom, and just they just went over there, spent some time over there. I was really really tired, so but yeah, but pretty much, uh I think this is it for me for tonight. But hope everyone had a good night. Had a good time, and hope everyone have a good night. Uh, like Em and Jeremy are saying right here. Don't forget, guys, to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, guys. We have been growing the channel very, very well. I think it's like at 1,000 something subscribers. I don't know how many exactly, but Isra, Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's to you too. Definitely be safe out there, guys. Be safe. No crazy drinking, And if you do drink, just be at home. I think that's the best. No drinking and driving, guys, please. Very, very important. I saw an accident that happened recently near me. Not bringing any bad things towards you. But please, no drinking and driving. That's very, very important. Because accidents can happen. Can fall asleep on the wheel. So definitely take care. Very, very important. Have fun with your family, loved ones. Have a great week, guys, from Thrill. But yeah, pretty much, just take care, be safe. And I think that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.